past 2 seasons, the Edmonton Oilers have lost back-to-back finals. Despite having arguably the most talented hockey player of all time, they just can't get over the hump. They can't win a championship. Today, that changes. Today, we win multiple championships and turn them into a modern-day dynasty. Of course, we have to start with the biggest issue in all of Canada.
We are in a crisis. We are in a crisis. The global trading system has been upended. Supply chains have been destroyed. McDavid is unsigned.
Connor McDavid is not signed, and that will change. I've done this before. I've ran a couple of practice franchises with the Oilers because I really wanted to nail this. I really wanted a dynasty. Every single time you go to re-sign McDavid and he asks for around $10 million for 6 or 8 years. This is absurd. In real life, he could get 19. In the video game, you can bring this down to 10. I have no clue why, but before I do anything else, I'm just going to make sure he says yes to that contract, and he does. I feel like EA had to have tampered with something, but McDavid signs 6 more years for $10 million a year. Honestly, probably one of the best contracts in all of sports history.
Do not redeem him! Do not redeem the card!
But even with that steal, we're still not free because the Oilers also have one of the worst contracts of all time. Darnell Nurse. For some reason, he's making $9.2 million for the next 5 years. After 2 seasons, he's getting traded. Without this Nurse contract, this would be the most cakewalk rebuild of all time. With it, you're a little bit handicapped, but we still have McDavid. We still have Draisaitl. Bouchard, 10.5. I don't know if I'm going to hang on to him. I might let him develop a little bit more. I know he develops super fast, gets a lot of trade value super fast, but he also is getting paid $10 million for a guy who doesn't know how to play defense, so I might end up selling him. Ekholm is probably going to go right now. Walman might hang out for a little bit. Here's my plan. A slight retooling to create an amazing roster, especially on defense, a couple of more offensive players, but mainly, you know, I'm probably going to get rid of Bouchard. I'm definitely getting rid of Ekholm. I might get rid of Walman if he wants too much money. So retooling the defense is goal number 1. Goal number 2 is probably just going to be get rid of Skin. He wants $5 million and he does not play for $5 million. I'm going to send him in a 2nd round pick to the Red Wings for Kosa, a young goaltender on the rise. Might take us a few seasons before we're going back to back and winning a ton of finals again, but I really think it's for the better. Next, I'm going to make a handful of smaller trades. And finally, I'm going to make a pretty big move. I told you I'm moving off of Ekholm. I'm going to try and add a young offensive piece in Logan Cooley. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to add a 1st round pick in here as well. There's no way I get it for that cheap. And they're still saying I'm quite far off. Hopefully only 1 first, though. A 2nd and a 3rd. I might have gotten away with less because they're happy to accept it, but I'm happy to accept that deal as well. Right away, Cooley wants $9 million for 5 years to re-sign. I think that will be through this entire, not really a rebuild, but more of a retooling video. I'm going to sign this. There's no clause on it at all. So if things don't work out, of course, we can just trade him away. But I do believe in him. I think 8.7-ish is going to end up being an amazing deal for us and quite a steal, especially if he clocks in some time next to McDavid and Draisaitl. He can develop and turn into an absolute freak. And we are now reaching the start of the regular season, the true start. I'm going to make some more trades next season. We're not going to do a lot of drafting. I'm going to do a lot of trading picks, a lot of trading players. Well, let's go check out the lines. First line, we got Draisaitl next to McDavid, next to Logan Cooley, all offense. I'm expecting huge results up here. Second line, Zach Hyman, Nuge, Kapanen, not as great, and there's an even bigger fall off after that. So we kind of do want to make some bolstering moves up here, but that can wait a few seasons. Once we get off of that Darnell Nurse contract, that's when this team becomes truly historic. For right now, though, we've got Bouchard, Walman, and Nurse. There's no real changes back here. Well, there is some changes back here. But expect the defense to get completely overhauled in the coming seasons. In between the pipes, it's looking pretty rough, but hopefully Sebastian Kosa, elite medium goalie, 22 years old. Hopefully he doesn't ask for too much money. We can lock him down and he can be the goalie that Edmonton needs. Our first game, we lose to Calgary 5-rip and then lose to Vancouver 4-1. So this might not be a great first season. Honestly, I mean, we're going to make the playoffs. We might go on a run, but I don't know if we're contenders after getting rid of a couple of players. And we definitely have some huge holes in the goaltending category, but we also have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on this team. So a winning record is non-negotiable, and we'll just go from there. We just passed the trade deadline and are leading our division by 1 point. 36, 22, and 5 is our record. But let's check in on our players. Draisaitl is leading the squad in point. Oh, I guess McDavid and Draisaitl are tied at 72 apiece. Honestly, that's not very good considering the type of players they are, but they do have a new line mate in Logan Cooley. He also has 70. I'm happy Cooley's over point per game. I'm surprised McDavid and Draisaitl are, I mean, almost 10 points more than the games played, but come on, boys. I don't think they're on pace to get 100. Hopefully the latter half of the season is a lot more fruitful for our players. We're winning a lot of games. We didn't end up meeting the 40-20 rule, so I'm not going to call us contenders yet, but we're still a pretty good squad. We end the season with 1 win under 50, first in our division by 1 point, just ahead of Vancouver, and Connor McDavid only had 108 points. 108 is a lot, but for McDavid, Draisaitl had 104, Cooley had 101, Bouchard, Bushbaum, no defense, Bushman had 75, and that was still enough to lead the league, though. Scoring went way down. Not only is scoring down, but we've got the San Jose Sharks in the first round. I don't know what's going on with this simulation. We just lost to them at the end of the season, but there's no way we're losing this series. I'm simulating past 7. Please, Edmonton. San Jose, we've got Connor McDavid out here. There's no way we're losing to San Jose. We take away the first 2 games handedly. Lose the 3rd in overtime, but win the 4th in overtime. We lose 6, or I'm getting my numbers mixed up. We won the series. We won. Next up, we've got Vegas. This series I will take my time with. Let's see what happens in the first 3 games. We go up 2-1, winning our first 2 games, and then losing a 3rd in overtime. Let's go 2 more. We can seal out the series with these 2 games, and we do. Edmonton is headed to the conference finals, despite, in my opinion, taking a step back in goaltending this year. Next, we've got the Winnipeg Jets. First 3 games, let's see what happens. Lose 1, win 2 again. The Oilers have the upper hand. Let's see what happens in games 4 and 5. We go 1 for 1, tie it up on the ropes. Can we beat Winnipeg in 6? No. This is going to a game 7 at Winnipeg. Game 7. Edmonton goes up off a Draisaitl goal in period 1, period 2, no goals, period 3, and the game is over. The Edmonton Oilers are going to their 3rd Stanley Cup Finals in a row, and they face the Red Wings. Who is on this Red Wings squad? I have to know. This should be a Stanley Cup for Edmonton. Looking at these lines, we've got the advantage, star power everywhere. We do also have the Bush Bomber. So maybe if he can play a tiny bit of defense, we should win this. Let's see the first 3 games against Detroit, and we lose 2. We are down. Let's see what happens in game 4. There's no way Detroit is the team to take us down. We win game 4. How about game 5? Super important, and we lose it. We've got to win these next 2 in a row, or we will be 3-time Stanley Cup Finals losers. Kapanen puts us up 1-0. Do I just simulate this last period? Oh my God. It's tied up 2-2. I've caught flack for usering games before, but this is a new NHL. Okay, there's different scoring methods, kind of, and it's on superstar skill. So there's a very real chance I lose this, but I do want to step in. I want this to go to at least game 7. But it might not anyways. I might lose this. Oh wait, we traded. Holy, learn how to talk. We traded Skinner to the Red Wings. This is a goalie rematch. He's just too fast. Okay. I probably shouldn't have. Gibson's out there, though. This might be a little bit too easy to score with McDavid out here. Wait, why is Zach Hyman the center? I had Zach Hyman at center. How did I not pick that up? Holy shit. Boosh bomb! All right, that's game. Evan Bouchard seals it away on the power play. If there's one team you don't want to put on the power play, it's probably the Edmonton Oilers. Before we go to game 7, I don't know how I did not notice this, but why in the world, what did I have Zach Hyman playing center for? I mean, it's not like Nuge is that great at faceoffs, but holy smokes. How many people went to the comments right away to say so? I would have too. That would have pissed me off. Here we go. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. After 2 periods, up 2-1. I will not play this. I'm going to jump in just so I can see the animation. But if we lose, we lose. And it's tied up now. Oh boy. 14 minutes left. Tied game. Someone on Edmonton. Does anyone have the answers? No. Edmonton is down 1 goal. Do they have an answer? They don't. The game is over. The Edmonton Oilers lose 3 Stanley Cup Finals in a row. I told you I was going to play it. I let it go. I got them to 7, but they couldn't pull away with a victory. Connor McDavid, once again, heartbroken. Wait, what's this? Just in. Message from Eric. Subscribe? Eric, why do you think the people should subscribe?
Because road to 1 milli. At
Road
10K,
to
almost
1
there.
milli. If you want to hit 1 milli, hit that subscribe button. Unlimited benefits.
Limited benefits, and if you subscribe, you'll be entered to win a brand new car.
And it's paid by Eric. So go hit that sub button. Eric, Apalm TR33. He will buy you a brand new car. The Brinket is going to pick up a Conn Smythe. The Art Ross went to McDavid, and William Nylander picked up the Hart. That is for sure a heartbreaking season for Edmonton. The draft, I don't even think we have any picks this year. I'm not even going to go in there. It's done. I will say I am using the Tactics Day 1 patch because Gavin McKenna is not in this game otherwise. Not like we're going to be able to take him, but at least he's in the league now. Re-signings on coaches. We're going to have to get, Chris Knobloch back, the little no bid. As far as re-signings, I'm pretty much going to get everybody back and then maybe make some trades depending on what I see. Jake Wallman, I will not be giving you a full clause. No clause, 5.5. Take it or leave it. Defenseman, I picked up David. Wants 4.2. We'll see how this shakes out. I'm going to bring it down to 3.9. Hopefully he signs. That's 3 years. We'll take that. Kosa, our goalie, obviously needs to be re-signed. How many years can we get him for at a reasonable price? In 2 years, I think he might just be super duper expensive. I'm going to do 1 year and then hopefully next contract he's willing to go longer for a little less, but I think in 2 years he could be a premier goalie. So I think this works out. I've got pretty much everybody I want back. Let's head over to free agency. I don't think we're gonna make too many moves in free agency unless there's something crazy here that we can afford. There's nothing crazy we can't afford, but also the big move I want to make right now is probably a trade. I'm not gonna touch free agency. I'm just going to sim to next season, and then right before the season starts, when all the development is done, I'm going to make a trade. Evan Bouchard is now a 92. So is Logan Cooley, but Bouch, 92, 26 years old, $10.5 million. I'm going to trade him. I do not believe in the Bouch bomb, and taking a look around the league, I think I can do something pretty nuts. Ivan Demidov, 89 overall, elite high potential, 1 year left, 20 years old, a 2-year extension. Getting this trade 1-for-1 at this point, Demidov for Bouch, Demidov is so clearly on the rise here, would be nuts. But if you look at that trade value, it favors me. I could get more from this deal, and so I will look for more. Lane Hudson, for the same amount of years, both of these guys are signed for the same amount of years, a similar amount of money, but they're young. They can develop. This could be very good. Does it go 1-for-1? I hope not. I pray not. Oh my God. Yo, am I tweaking? Did I get fleeced, or does EA have... What? Lane Hudson and Demidov both signed for the next 3 years. For Bouchard, signed for the next 3 years. Is that nuts? Am I nuts? Someone's got to make that make sense. Next, I'm looking for a new home for Jake Wallman. And Levshinov, Oh my God. 80 overall right now, but elite medium potential. He's only 20. Last year of his rookie contract, I'm pretty sure. Signs a 3-year, under $3 million extension here for the next 3 seasons, potentially for extremely cheap. That's the kind of thing we're going to need to win, not just championships, but create a dynasty. I think we're maybe taking a little bit of a step back this season, but especially after we get rid of Darnell Nurse, we're about to put the league on notice. If I can get this trade done. Could I get it done without my first round pick? No, maybe. Let me try a second from next year as well. My picks don't have that much value because we did just go to the finals, but let me try Wallman with a first. Still not enough. Wallman first, third, fifth. No, add a sixth in there, maybe? No, probably not. Not sufficient at all. This might take 2 firsts, but before I do 2 firsts, let me just load a bunch of seconds and whatnot in there. Okay. Might have been a little bit too much. Probably a little bit too much. Let's see what Chris Knobhead thinks. Head coach, what do we got as a season goal? Make the playoffs? Okay. That's fine. I said I'm okay with a step back this season as long as it's 2 or 3 step forwards next season. We've got some tiny shakeups. Logan Cooley is now going to be centering that second line for a nice 1-2 punch. Demidov is going up on that first line. 89 overall. Elite high potential right next to Connor McDavid, who's now a 98, and Leon Draisaitl, who's a 97. These are ideal conditions to turn into franchise potential, to turn into a mid to high 90 overall type of player. In our depth, we do have some youth down here, Matthew Savawi and Isaac Howard. Both are cracking the lineup. On defense, we've seen some very big shakeups. Much of the old guard has been leaving, and as soon as I can, that will include Darnell Nurse and this giant contract. This is your last season as an Edmonton Oiler. But next one, we have Lane Hudson, obviously a part of that crazy trade, and Artie Levshinov. The team is younger in a lot of places, which I think is very good. This is our one-off season, and then we're coming for multiple cups in a row. We could win the cup this year, but within the next 3 seasons, this team should be extremely dangerous. In between the pipes, obviously, we have Kosa, who's now an 84, already making his way up to where Skinner was. Skinner, by the way, won a Stanley Cup. He wasn't playing. He was backup. He wasn't playing, but he has a ring before McDavid does, which is kind of nuts. Quite a shaky start to the season. We're about 500 right now, but we just put a 10-piece up on the Caps, only to lose to the Pens, who I'm assuming maybe they do. Maybe Sidney Crosby's still playing. He probably is still playing. Holy. We've lost 9 games in a row. Last team in our division. We're 1-9 in the last 10. What is going on? A major emergency meeting, players only meeting. Except I'm here too. What is going on? Is it just the defense? Do I just run the rest of this out and just throw this season away? I think I might have to. Oh my, I did not see this coming. Despite some immensely rough first couple of games, first month, we are above 500 now. We are sniffing around the wild card. I cannot believe we lost 9 games in a row. At the trade deadline, I'm going to make a move. Zach Hyman, 1-for-1 for Nazem Kadri. Kadri's older, he costs more, but he's balling out in Calgary. 69 points in 63 games this season. Last season, 89 points in 82 games. We take a look at what Zach Hyman's up to right now. It's not nearly as pretty. Maybe putting him at center last season really screwed with his mentals, but I'm gonna make this deal. It's not gonna go 1-for-1 though. They do want a little bit of extra juice, and I do have a 5th and 6th round pick this year. Let's see if that's enough. It is. Hopefully that can make a pretty big difference. Drag this team up, give it some, it's old blood. Kadri's an old guy, but some fresh momentum. We're still losing a lot, though. We might not make the playoffs at all. We might not even win 40 games. I don't think we're making the playoffs. A wasteful move, a wasteful season. The Edmonton Oilers miss the postseason. I thought we made one of the greatest trades of all time, giving away Bouchard. Lane Hudson only put up 54 points. We did not even win 40 games. The Calgary Flames, who we traded with, made the playoffs ahead of us. They had 1 more point. I'm shocked. Demidov scored 96. Kadri had 93. Cooley, not playing on that first line, didn't play as well. Hudson went -20. Defense is an issue. If we want to become a dynasty, this offseason is one of the biggest this team will ever have. We have no draft picks, but we need to keep everyone on. We can get rid of Darnell Nurse. We can get a lot of progression. And I think we need somebody in free agency. Oh my God. We trade Skinner away to the Red Wings and he wins. We trade Bouchard away to the Canadiens and they win. Am I the worst? Dude, actually the worst GM of all time. Kosa wants another 1 year. All right, I'm going through this entire offseason. I got to really lock in here. I'll see you guys with a breakdown of the new lines, the new team next season. Audible. Huge audible. Defense is our issue. Do I look for Quinn Hughes? 19. I mean, this is what McDavid should be getting paid right now. 19 million. And Sid. Theoretically, wait, hang on. No, I don't think that works out. Let me, first of all, straight up, if we're gonna work through this, if we're looking for a huge offseason, Nurse is gone. Hopefully the team I trade Nurse to does not win a Stanley Cup. 1-for-1 Nurse for Reinbacher. Reinbacher's only got 1 year left. He's a lower overall, but he's a lot younger. I think I could probably get more out of this, but for the sake of realism, I'll just send that. I mean, I swear to God, if Montreal goes back-to-back after I give them Nurse, I'm gonna freak out. We've got 25 mil in cap space. Do I enter the Quinn Hughes sweepstakes, or do I look for Crosby for 1 year and a different defenseman? First, let me pick up a backup goalie, actually. Who are the other defensemen out here? Nobody. I tell you what, I'll offer this contract to Quinn Hughes, but I'm taking the no move off. It's just too much money to be tied up and tied down. I thought there was no way he was going to say yes. He says yes right away, and we now have Quinn Hughes. But we're not tied to him. So if things don't look good, we need to get rid of him. We can. The lines are a little bit of a mess, in my opinion. We're supposed to be entering kind of our GOAT phase, and although Demidov is now a 92 and franchise medium, aside from this first line, I've got a lot of concerns. Logan Cooley regressed. He's down to a 90 now. Nazem Kadri is 36. Nuge has regressed. We've got Savoie, Howard, and Lambert coming up, some younger guys, but I think we're going to have to make some moves if we want to stick this out, if we want to stick the landing and turn this team into a dynasty. On defense, though, we've got Quinn Hughes. We've got David Reinbacher, got Lane Hudson. Levchnov is on that third line. I don't know. I mean, I made some good moves, I think. I picked up some good players, but the roster construction thus far just been kind of shit. Sebastian Kosa is now at 87. This will definitely be an interesting season. I honestly couldn't tell you how things are gonna. I mean, if we missed the playoffs last season and we're running up with them, I mean, we picked up Quinn Hughes. There's no way we miss the playoffs again. Knobloch says we're good enough to compete for a cup. I agree, but last season you said we were a playoff team and we weren't. At least we're starting this season off a hell of a lot better. We beat the Avs 3 times in a row now. Although we do lose to the Panthers 7-2-0, we should make the playoffs this year. Or not. We're sliding, going on another losing streak. Dude, what is this? What's going on with this game? A little over midway through the season, we are stringing together a couple of good victories. We're leading our division. I still don't want to say we're top tier contenders though, because we can't dominate. We're not dominating. Coming up on the trade deadline, we're still leading our division and by a pretty good margin at this point, but I'm not happy. I'm not happy with how this squad is performing. I'm just going to peruse the deadline. I'm not sure if I'll make any moves. But Lucas Reichel, will that go for just picks? Every pick? Please? I don't care about the overpay. Okay, that was whatever. I think I just needed that second line wing presence. We almost matched our record. I believe my first season we won 49 games. We just won 48. We've got the Blackhawks round 1, but let's go see what this team did. McDavid 119 points, Draisaitl 106, Hughes 95, Demidov 91. Demidov a 93 overall franchise medium player with not even 100 points. playing next to McDavid and Draisaitl. What is going on with the scoring? Did I accidentally move it down? I don't know. New guy Reichel played pretty well. Logan Cooley is apparently he just wasn't McDavid and Draisaitl merchant because he's not at a point per game anymore. Between the pipes, not too stellar, not too great. Checking around the league. I mean, McDavid was still second in points. Kaprizov played 81 goals. Dude, who did we tweak the simulation for NHL 26? Why does Kaprizov have 81 goals? Why can McDavid not score 120 when he's playing next to Draisaitl and a 93 overall Demidov? I don't know. Doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that we are playing the Chicago Blackhawks in round 1. Here's the deal. I really thought we would have a Stanley Cup in our first 2 seasons. We went all the way to Game 7 of the finals and lost. If we don't win it this year, especially with $20 million worth of Quinn Hughes on this squad, considering our money situations, if we don't win this year, I might just end the video and say we failed and that Oilers are never winning. So I'm simulating the entire playoffs. We're ripping this raw, bareback, cream pie style. If we don't win, it's done. Up 2-2. No, it's tied 2-2 against Chicago. Now it's up 3, okay? To Game 7. We went to 7 against the Blackhawks. That's not a good sign, but the Blackhawks are the only other team with a modern dynasty in the NHL. We're talking modern, not the 1920s. We beat the Kings in round 2. Oilers always own the Kings. Here comes the Avs. Revenge on them from a while back. I don't remember when, but the Avs smoked the Oilers in the conference finals when they won the chip. So now we've got revenge on that. We're going to the finals. That's what Chris Nobid said. And we've got Tampa Bay. We're simulating all the way through. I'm not going to stop. And we win in Game 7. 2 more seasons. We're going to go 3 in a row and call it quit. I'm telling you right now, we're going 3 in a row. And then I'm ending the video. Let's hit this off season. I'm not going to show you, skip through it. I'll see you guys at the start of next season with our new lines. I suppose I should show that Connor McDavid did win the Conn Smythe. I didn't even look, but the year before, Evan Bouchard won the Conn Smythe. I cannot believe. Well, if we turn into a dynasty, we'll have won that trade, but I had to make quite a few moves for the money to work out. Some people are gone. You might notice Carlson is here now, and doing all this basically helped me realize that I'm cooked next season, which would be fine, but I need 2 more seasons. And if just take a look at the money, everyone who's expiring, upcoming, Demidov, Hudson, Carlson, Nuge will be nice. That'll free up some money. When I go and look at how much these players want, Hudson wants 12 million, Carlson wants 10 million, Demidov, rightfully so, wants 14 million. They're all getting paid 5 right now, and that's just not gonna fly. A couple of someones, all of them are gonna go. I think I have to move off of Demidov. And here's the plan. Michael Misa, Landon DuPont from San Jose. I don't have enough value. Kind of like this idea. Lev Schnov, who didn't really pan out the way I was liking, and Demidov for DuPont and Misa. These are strictly money plays. I would not normally make these plays. I don't think these are great trades, but money is a huge issue right now. Did I even test that with 1 first-round pick? I don't know. That might have been an overpay, but because they're going to be a part of the team and pretty cheap, that should be good for us, which means I can get rid of Hudson or another offensive piece. Do I pair him with Carlson and go for someone really good right now, really cheap? Let me just see what I can get for Hudson. Hudson, Stankoven, 1-for-1, same overalls, except Stankoven's getting paid a teensy-weensy bit more, but for what, 4-6 more years? I'll send it. It goes through. Just gonna do it 1-for-1. All right, money problems should be assuaged. Knobhead Knoblock still thinks Stanley Cup Finals is the expectations. I'm gonna agree with him, but I'm kind of doubtful. We've got a lot of new pieces in here. Carlson accepts a new offer. So does Savoy. As far as our lines for this season, I've reunited Logan Cooley with that first line. Stankoven's gonna center the second line of Leo Carlson and Michael Misa. Bullduck is on that third line with Howard, Isaac Howard, Nuge for, I mean, things still look pretty good out here. Sure, we're missing Demidov, but on defense, Quinn Hughes is next to Landon DuPont, who is a franchise medium. I'm going to have to fix this line chemistry, obviously, but 19 years old, 86 overall already. Franchise medium development. Easily has to be the favorite for the Calder. Our third defensive pairing is not too pretty, but we don't have to look at that. In between the pipes, Sebastian Kosa does look nice. Still think we're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league. Poised to go back-to-back, and then poised after that to cement ourselves as a dynasty. Well, we started the season with 3 losses in a row, and please don't do this again. If this team doesn't make the playoffs, a rough start, certainly, but we're winning a lot of games now. 32, 16, and 2, currently leading our division by over 10 points. But something about this team, man, it feels like we go on runs, like there's no consistent good play. I still haven't gotten to 40 wins before 20 losses. I'm still not fulfilling Coach Phil Jackson's 40-20 rule. For the first time, however, the Edmonton Oilers win 50 games in a season. Took longer than I thought or hoped, but better late than never. The Oilers go 55, 24, and 3. McDavid led the team with 113 points, followed by Draisaitl and Cooley. Hughes had 93, Stankoven had 70. DuPont only had 38 points. He's a 91 offensive defenseman. What's he lacking? Passing, 97 offensive awareness. Why is he simulating like this? He's not going to win Rookie of the Year, but at least he's putting some abilities on. First round matchup is the Golden Knights. I'm going to take this one series at a time. Do not have the balls to just rip it all the way through. I want to go through. I think, obviously, we led our division. I'm not too scared of Vegas at this point, but of course, we're going to drop game 1. We do pick up game 2, though, and then drop game 3. Please don't go down 1-3. Do not go down 1-3. Not against the Knights. Not in round 1. We went down 1-3. I'm going to rip them all. I'm going to rip them all. Win. Win. Win! We're going to start this run with a 3-1 comeback. And now we've got the Anaheim Ducks, who do not have Leo Carlson, but they do have whoever I gave them. I think I gave them Reichel. I don't know if I even told you guys Reichel's gone because he was asking for $10 million. And I was going to give him $10 million. And we're going to beat the Ducks. And beat them. We don't. Oh my God, this series is also going to game 7. But there's no way we lose in 7, right? We do take the lead, and we do keep the lead all the way through. Time to head to the conference finals. Next round, we're going to run into the Winnipeg Jets. It's been giving me luck. I'm going all the way through. And we do win this one. Oh my God. Back-to-back Stanley Cups. We've done this before. Back-to-back-to-back losses. That's how we started this video, with a 3rd Stanley Cup trip in a row, and we lost all 3. Then we didn't make the playoffs, and now we're going to go back-to-back champions, and then back-to-back-to-back champions. I mean, we've got the Buffalo Sabres. Simulate this series. I am not scared of the Buffalo Sabres. That went to 7. Almost every series went to 7. Let me actually check the playoff stats, because I didn't do that last playoff run. Draisaitl ends up leading the team, although he was -2. 32 points in 26 games. Then McDavid, then Cooley, then Misa, then Hughes. Hughes did not play out. In fact, Landon DuPont only had 2 less points, but he was +7. I can't believe how close this was for plus minus, especially with this top line. As far as trophies go, Nylander won the Art Ross and another Hart. Nylander now has more Harts than Matthews, than Draisaitl. Hughes went back-to-back on the James Norris, and he won a Lady Bing. Calder did not go to DuPont. Conn Smythe went to Draisaitl, and we didn't win anything else. Matthews did get the Richard, though. Wow, what is Nylander and Matthews are just out there kicking it. Another draft where we don't have any picks. I don't think I've picked, or at least I'm not going to show you me picking anyone in this video, because I've traded all my picks. As far as re-signings, there's not much to do, but I will bring Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back just for one season. The last season, the last dance, the long time, pretty underrated Edmonton guy. Free agency, I don't even know if I can make any moves. I've got $2.8 million. Maybe I could pick up a UFA. Well, here's Bouchard is out here asking for 16. I don't even think there's a move worth making. Might just be over. We might just have to trust in the sim now. All right, final season of lines. Cooley, what can I say? Back up to a 92. That's just his spot up there. Michael Misa, hopefully he develops a little bit next to Stankoven and Carlson this season. Pretty similar lines I've had forever. On defense, I will say halfway through last season, I did make the decision to put DuPont on that second pair. I just don't, 2 offensive defensemen on the same line. It wasn't really gelling. We're going to have him out here with Jurek and Reinbacher up there with Hughes. Between the pipes, maybe an unsung hero I haven't talked about hardly at all, Sebastian Kosa. 90 overall, the goalie Edmonton really needed. Helped him get those 2 cups. This is the final dance. This is the last year. Win or lose, this is it. What do we got to say, knobhead? Last season, ready to compete for the cup once again. Looks like finally in the last season, we are going to meet, maybe, we might go on a losing streak here, but it looks like we're going to meet the 40-20 rule. 40 wins before 20 losses, according to Coach Phil Jackson. I've referenced that before, but I never knew who it was from, and I finally looked it up. It's from Phil Jackson. Win 40 games before you lose 20. That's the mark of a true contender, and we've done that. I'm going to enter this trade deadline and just get rid of all of my first-round picks for somebody. Igor? I did want Igor a while back. Does he fit in the salary? Kind of. How about, I should have read that probably, this 3rd rounder? Done deal. Igor, welcome to the squad. We doubled down pretty hard. We hit the 50-20 rule. 50 wins, not before 20 losses, but on 20 losses. We could, it's possible we hit 60 wins. 5 away, and we've got 7 games left. This might be a 60-win season. There goes our first loss against the Mammoths. We need 2 wins out of 3 games. We've got Vegas, who we beat, and we've got Anaheim, who we beat. 60 wins. I don't think I've ever had 60 wins in any of my rebuilds. Although this isn't really a rebuild, it was a retooling. Chicago in the first line. What did this team do? How did Connor Bedard only have 78 points? 124 from McDavid, finally really showing out. Although Quinn Hughes had 115. Good Lord, Dupont had 52. What is he? He's 91 right now. Dupont only had 2 PIMs. We've just got a super solid squad. How'd goaltending go? Still, I'd have to look at the competition. But this could be Vezina worthy. Most wins for sure, but Shesterkin played 70 games and had better stats. Yeah, it's probably going Shesterkin. As far as skaters, what? I should have been, what is this what they've been doing? I'm sorry, 81 goals? What the fuck have they been doing? Wait, are we the best 61 wins? Are we better than the Leafs? Did we finish ahead of the Leafs? We did, but almost by less than 10 points. What is going on with the Leafs right now? That doesn't matter. It only matters if we actually see them in the playoffs. I'm not scared of Chicago. Maybe I should take this slow, but simming all the way past has kind of been the bread and butter. It's never treated me wrong so far. We do drop game 1, but come on. They didn't have a point per game player. They had Connor Bedard, franchise. He's probably like a 96. They couldn't go point per game. And his team is bunts. That's the only game they win. We win this series in 5. Next up, we've got the Anaheim Ducks. I feel like I've seen a lot of Anaheim in the playoffs, but we're going past 7. Still not scared of this team. We took Carlson from them. Now we're going to take all their playoff hopes. That went all the way to 7. That was very close. All the way to 7. The Jets in the conference finals. Again, that's been a common theme, is these Jets teams in the conference finals. We win 2, lose 1 through the first 3. Game 4. We come away with a victory. We got them on the ropes of simulating all the way through, and we're going to make the Stanley Cup Finals where we play the Toronto Maple Leafs. Chris Knobloch, you made a promise, and you kept that promise. I'm not going to call you a knobhead anymore because we're on the cusp of becoming a dynasty. 3 in a row has not been done in the NHL for a very long... I don't even know when the last time it was done. 2 in a row by the Panthers recently. 2 in a row by the Penguins recently. Black Ice didn't even go 2 in a row. They just went and won like 3 throughout 6 years. But we're going to win 3 in 3 years. Matthew Nyes is leading in points. Quinn Hughes is leading my team. They're not playing that out of their mind. Not like they were, I guess, in the regular season, 150 flipping points from 2 people. Here we go. First 3 games, I will be taking this slow. And we do win 2 and lose 1. Close games every single time, decided by 1 score. Game 4, we win, and we have Toronto on the edge, on the cusp of a loss. They're 1 game away from losing everything, and that game is not going to be Game 5, as they do beat us. On to Game 6, the stakes get ever higher. Can Edmonton put them away? Can they win 3 in a row? Or are The Toronto Maple Leafs going to take this to 7. It's tied 1-1. I'm going to let the simulation take it. I'm not stepping in. I stepped in once at the beginning of this video in the first season to take that to game 7. We lost anyways. I'm not going to step in at all for the formation of this dynasty. It will be 3 simulated Stanley Cups all in a row. Huge goal from David. 5 minutes left. I'm stepping in. I'm not playing though. I'm going to watch it. It's going to be a CPU versus CPU game. Can the Oilers clutch this out, or will the Leafs take this series to 7? We have a 100 overall offense, a tight game, and they're bringing out the Stanley Cup. Will this dynasty be solidified in the next minute, or will it be the dynasty that never was? Leo Carlson's taking it in. 40 seconds left. Turns it over. Easton Cohen. They're pulling their goalie. Huge hit by Hughes. Bullock comes down. Empty net. He can't do it though. Turnover to the Leafs. There goes Carlson. To Stankoven. Stankoven misses the net. Or blocked by Riley. Either way, the Leafs have a chance. 16 seconds and Morgan Riley's coming down, only to turn it over to Lana Dupont, who makes the pass to Stankoven, who breaks it out of the zone, who's then curling back around to give it to Bullock to put it in the ice. He can't put it in the net. 5 seconds left. The Leafs do not have the time. And the Edmonton Oilers are the first team. I'm going to say they're the first team in the modern NHL to win back-to-back Stanley Cups. I don't know if that's true, but I know they are a dynasty, a modern-day dynasty in the way no one else is. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Quinn Hughes win 3 Stanley Cups in a row and become a team for the history books. Quinn Hughes is going to pick up the Conn Smythe, and he had 36 points this playoffs. Every single cup we won had a different Conn Smythe winner. First McDavid, then Draisaitl, then Quinn Hughes. Everyone a part of this team, and these runs got to eat theirs. They got their own trophy, their own hardware. Although regular season hardware, yeah, we had quite a few winners. I think Quinn Hughes might have won 3-time Norris. McDavid definitely has some Art Rosses early on, but then crazy simulations from Kaprizov had 80 goals. Matthews had 80 goals. Nylander had, Nylander probably had like 3 MVPs, 3 Art Rosses. He went nuts. It is officially done and over. The Edmonton Oilers are a dynasty in the NHL. Thank you so much for watching this first, not really a rebuild, retooling and run of the Oilers in NHL 26. Let me know what teams you want next. I see the comments about Boston, seeing comments about Leafs. I'm heading through them all this year, but whatever team you want to see first, I will get to it. Again, I appreciate you a lot for watching. Hope you have a good day, and goodbye.